Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Now today I want to talk to you about how to improve your sales skills with video. Now, am I the best at this stuff? I would say certainly not. But this is an approach that I've taken ever since I hit record for the first time. And actually, before I even started recording video, I was only doing voice podcasts. So I can honestly say this approach, these experiences have really helped my personal development. They have really helped many areas in my life, which I'll dive into as we progress with the video. But with that said, let's dive in. Okay, guys, so the approach I use to record videos is pretty simple. And I try to remind myself all the time because there's so much resistance behind hitting record, behind making your bullet points, or if you're scripting, which I always recommend not to script everything, but bullet points are definitely helpful, and of course the research behind your presentation. But I basically look at recording videos as making a sales call. So if you're watching this video, you've probably already done sales, you're probably an expert already. But if you haven't, then that's an experience you're ultimately going to have to get, depending on the opportunities you're in. And we know how valuable the phone call is, right? Because it's a way to immediately take action. As soon as you pick up that phone, you're going to get somebody behind the other line, at least most of the time, or if you don't get hung up on or cursed out or what have you, right? So definitely, like I said, for you more experienced guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the way I like to approach video is that anytime I record, I think about it as a sales call, or even as a sales presentation, because I think sometimes we forget, because we are entertained with YouTube, with Instagram, and all of these platforms that have evolved, Snapchat, TikTok, or what have you. But anything that takes our attention, it really is a sales pitch. I think it's said that attention is the new commodity. So anytime I have resistance over recording a video, I try to remind myself, it's like, damn, like all I have to do is record this video, give value, and the people will recognize if they want to be a part of my content, if they want to follow me for value, and ultimately if I have products or services or what have you, they'll decide to buy on their own. Because that's another thing that we forget about. Think about how you have made some of your own online purchases. For me personally, I've invested in digital courses. I've invested in-person coaching. I've shared in some of my travel videos on how I've been to conferences, networking events, and I sometimes forget. I'm like, wow, what led me to purchase from this guy? What got me to purchase this product or this service, or whatever the case may be that you found yourself purchasing? If you really backtrack, most likely it was a guy or gal that you follow for either their value they're given in fitness, in personal development, you name it. And whether we see it or not, the same strategies are being used in e-commerce. There's plenty of ads that run by us every time we're doing our scroll for the day, whether it's Amazon Prime, a Netflix. So even the mega companies, the mega businesses, they know that all eyes are right here, right on our smartphone. But as I mentioned, we get so accustomed, we become numb to the fact that, hey, these people are taking our time. We are selling, we are giving our time to these people. We are selling them our attention by just giving it to them, and then they in turn sell us their products, their services, or whatever the case may be. So this is where it's very important for you to create content behind the brand, behind the products or services that you're trying to build. Because any piece of content, any post, any video, any reel, it is like a small sales pitch. And actually, going back to the sales call example, I remember making at least 10, 15 calls before I had any positive feedback. At least the first five were direct hangups, answering machines, or as I mentioned, getting getting cursed out. So the same thing goes with content. Some of it is gonna hit and some of it's not. It's not like you're gonna create this one video, this one post that's just basically gonna go viral and take over the world. Because even if it does go viral, if you don't continue to feed the machine or feed the beast, which is these platforms, the beast being YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you're still gonna fall way to the bottom. It really is competitive, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be, because nowadays the people that are succeeding are basically being themselves. And that's another point I want to get across here, is that look at the people you follow, look at the people that have managed to get your attention, or as I mentioned, that you've purchased from. It's people that you resonate with. It doesn't always have to be the loud and flashy Grant Cardone or the massive audience and massive stadium of Tony Robbins. I've personally resonated with some guy who probably started in his closet or probably started in his basement. And I'm sure you've found those people to resonate with yourself. And as I mentioned, this goes for all industries, whether it's in the personal development, the fitness, the cooking, the artistic. Everyone is pretty much being themselves. Now, I will say this is a skill that will be constantly developed, but you will also find your own style. Or another term that has been made popular is that you will find your voice, but you no longer have to play a character that you're not. You basically start building on your own strengths, on your own experience, and the value that you're sharing. This will ultimately build the momentum and get the wheels turning, so you can start making content at least every other day or every week. Because I've also shared in my videos how I've fallen into the trap of not recording any content. Why? Because there's so much resistance behind hitting record, or you get busy with life or what have you. But going back to the telephone sales call, when you have to do it as an obligation, you immediately pick up the phone, even though you know that not everyone behind that phone call is going to be nice. And the same thing goes here in video. Not everybody's going to like your video. Not every video is going to hit. You're going to have negative comments and you're going to have positive comments. But your goal is to deliver the value, improve along the way, and really get the wheels turning with your content. Okay, guys, and before I close out, so the last one I want to share is tapping into your flow state. So that there will be the ultimate experience. You will, trust me, almost feel unstoppable, because once you tap into your flow state, all your creativity, all of your ideas, all of your experiences and books that you've read and videos that you've watched will start coming together and just flowing into your content, flowing into your writing. Even if it's a written post, everything will just start working in your favor. And I share from honest experience, there is such a good feeling of fulfillment to be able to deliver value. And especially as I know many of you are trying to grow yourself, but also offer opportunities for others it is such a great feeling to be able to give back and offer experiences or insights for somebody who might be going through a rough time. And if you can get them out of whatever issue they're going through, whether that's with their mindset, their relationship, their fitness, it is such a good feeling, guys. So I really encourage you to get consistent and think of any time you hit record, think of it as the same way as picking up the phone. You know, you just power through it, even though you know there might be a little resistance. Once you tap into that flow state, it will start feeling like the first time you learn to ride a bike. You know, you no longer need the training wheels, and you're able to just hold up the bike, and you're excited. You know, like a child riding your bicycle. So that's how I feel sometimes when I finish recording these videos. But with that said, guys, I'll go ahead and leave you with that. And I hope some of these insights of using content to improve your sales skills will bring you some value in your life. Like I always say, if you like the video, feel free to share, like, or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.